Hope you all are safe at your home. Okay, we will proceed our chapter, the chapter number 1, Living World, right? In the previous lecture, we had discussed about the taxonomy, classification and characteristics. Today we will discuss about the nomenclature and the taxonomic hierarchy, simply you can say that. What is the meaning of nomenclature? You know very well. Nomenclature means naming of any living organism or non-living organism. Naming to any substance or organism is called nomenclature, right? So why we need of nomenclature, simply you can say that because of nomenclature every living organism have a specific or a scientific name which is universal, you can say that, which is applicable everywhere, right? Firstly, we will discuss about the two terms, vernacular and scientific. Vernacular name means the name which is a common name. The living organism whose common name is different in the different areas, simply you can say that. So different organism have different name at different areas, simply, right? And so which is not applicable at everywhere in the universe, simply you can say that, in whole world. But scientific name is a name of living organism which is one name, which is a specific name which is acceptable all over the world or all over the universe, simply. So every living organism, either it is a plant or it is an animal, it is a fungi, everyone has need to a specific name which is applicable everywhere. This specific name given to living organism, a specific name, is actually called nomenclature, right? So actually in living organism, binomial nomenclature is the most acceptable nomenclature. What is the meaning of binomial? Binomial means two name of any living organism, right, which was given by Carl Linnaeus. Carl Linnaeus gives the living organism, the concept of naming of living organism, you can say that, simply. So what are the different criteria to given the scientific name of any living organism? Firstly, generally every living organism, the word given to the name given to every living organism was arise from a Latin language, simply, with a specific meaning. Latin language from with a specific meaning, simply you can say that. And it is written in italics. It was written in italics and given in the form given from the Latin language, simply. So during the giving the name of any living organism, firstly we will give the first name is called genera or genus. Every living organism have first name is called genera or genus. For example, Pisum. Pisum is the genus of pea. Second name was the species or specific. The second name given to every living organism is either a is species or specific. For example, Sativum in case of pea. Pisum sativum, it is the genus, it is the species. Next, if you write the name of any living organism with handwritten, so it should be underlined separately. For example, Pisum sativum, it should be underlined separately. If you are not handwritten in any book or notebook, then it should be written in italics form, or in italics, you know very well, they are little bit tilted form, right? If they are in book, they are not handwritten, they should be written as in italic form. And if you write it in handwritten, or you write from your hand, then it should be underlined separately. There is no any comma, there is no any hyphen, there is no any full stop will be present between genus and species, right? The one more important character during the writing a nomenclature name of any living organism, the first letter of genus is always should be capital. The first letter of genus is always should be capital, and the first letter of species should always be in small letters, right? The first letter of genus is always capital. The first letter of species is always should be in small letters simply. So these are the characters which you need to follow when you write a name of any living organism in a scientific form or in a binomial nomenclature. These are the laws of the binomial nomenclature which was given by Carl Linnaeus. What are the laws? Firstly, they arise from the Latin language and written in the italics. Second, the first name is the genus name and second name is the species name. When you write your living organism name with hand in any book or notebook, then they should be underlined separately. There is no comma, no full stop, no hyphen. The first letter of genus is always should be capital and the first letter of species should always be in small letters simply. Right? So these are the laws of binomial nomenclature and this is the most acceptable nomenclature. Vernacular means common name. Our next topic is taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic, it means all living organisms are not characterized in a single step or in a single group. We cannot classify the living organism in a single group simply. It means they are divided into various groups, category, taxa simply. A small group, then a small group make a large group, a class, order, genus, all these are present in any living organism. So the classification should not occur, even cannot occur in a single step. It should be occur in a hierarchy step. Hierarchy means from smaller to larger or from larger to smaller. Simply you can say that. In ascending order or in a descending order, simply you can say that. Hierarchy means ascending or descending order. According the sequence, for example, from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. This series of category is called hierarchy simply. So taxonomy is always present in hierarchy because it is not possible in a single step. It needs 5 to 6 steps. Actually, in our taxonomic hierarchy, the living organisms are divided into 7 different categories. Right? Firstly, the steps are characterized into only class. It means living organisms are characterized only into class, order, genus and species and variety. Variety means different varieties. So species is the smallest unit. Group of species genus, group of genus order, group of order is class. But later on, further classes are group or you can say that categorized into family. Family is converted into division and division is converted into the kingdom. So all these 7 steps are took in the taxonomic hierarchy of a living organism. I will give you a few points about all these categories. This is the smallest category. This is the largest category, in which the living organism are you can say that fixed, specific. But in this there are huge amount of living organism. Why? This is the smallest category. In this category, the living organism have maximum characters are similar. All the morphological, anatomical, physiological, right, biochemical, all the characters of a living organism is same in case of species. Right? Then what is genus? Genus is the group of species. When group of species are you can say that compressed or categorized, then they call genus. Group of species is called genus. Then in case of genus, there are few characters are similar of living organism. In this species, all the characters are same. For example, Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens have all characters same. We all have same type of respiratory system, same type of digestive system, same type of circulatory system, and all the life processes we have same. So we all are in species. But few, you can say that few orders of few groups of humans. For example, we are Homo sapiens, there are Homo erectus also, there are Homo habilis also. So they are human, but their species are different. So different species, when group of different species is called genus. In case of genus, there are few characters are similar, all characters are not similar. Group of genus is called order. Similarly, when 2 or more genus are characterized, or two or more genus have few characters similar, so these genus are characterized into a one order. Similarly, what is the meaning of class? Class is a group of order, right, in which again few characters are common. For example, there are two or three orders which have one character is same, so all these orders are characterized into the same class. Similarly, what is family? It is the group of class. For example, there are few classes who have two or three characters are similar, so these classes are characterized and grouped into a single family. What is meaning of division? Division means when a group of families have few characters are same, so few families are characterized into a single division. What is the meaning of kingdom? Kingdom is the largest category of living organism in which there are so many divisions are characterized into a one kingdom. Kingdom means, for example, kingdom Monera. There are various type of bacteria. Kingdom Protista, various type of unicellular eukaryotes. Kingdom Fungi, various type of fungi and families and order and classes are present in this kingdom. Next is the Plantae, kingdom Plantae, the organism which have ability to perform photosynthesis, all are characterized into the Plantae. Animalia which do not perform photosynthesis, they are heterotrophs, they all are categorized into the kingdom. So species is the smallest and kingdom is the largest category of living organism. So this is all about the taxonomic hierarchy and nomenclature. In our next lecture we will discuss about the taxonomic aids, right, in our next lecture. Thank you.